Alright, hey guys, I know it's been a minute since I put up a video, but things have been a little crazy, a little busy, but I'm back. So we have a blonding video for you today. I know I'm probably going to be doing a lot of those, but that is a lot of what I do. A lot of blonde work, a lot of hair extensions. So here we go. Let's get right into this. This is a guest of mine, and she came in. We're going to be doing kind of, as you can see, it's a basic blonding refresh. I'm going to be doing a partial highlight on her. Going to do some tipped out ends. She really likes to be really nice and bright, but she also likes to wait quite a little while in between her appointments. So she does get quite a bit of grow out, but as you can see right here, it's a really, really soft grow out. I like to go in, be really soft with my my highlight weave, and make sure that everything is kept super, super soft. That way that grow out looks just like that all the time. Very soft, very natural, and there's never any kind of harsh lines of demarcation. So what you can see here is sort of one of my standard half highlight placements. I'll take it right in front of the ears on both sides, and I will clip that forward. I will then take a, what would we call it, a upside down triangle, if you will, in the back there on the top of her head. I can tend to be a little bit of a perfectionist from time to time, so you can kind of see here I'm keeping it pretty clean. You know, you've got to be careful when you're doing this kind of stuff. If you don't keep it clean, when you go and you start going into your highlights, you can start pulling hairs from all over the place, and this causes a lot of over direction in different areas, and then you can end up getting some really nasty warm spots and bright spots, things like this. So also here on my half highlights, what I will do, a traditional half highlight will sort of be the crown area. I will always go just around the nape of the neck. A lot of women will wear their hair up in a ponytail, and I like for that to look blended when they pull that up. I don't like that look of super blonde on top and then this brown stripe at the back bottom of the ponytail. That's just not my jam. So I don't mind taking a few extra. It ends up being like two foils on each side and 2 foils in the center. We're talking about 6 extra foils to make everything really amazing in the back there and blended. So I'm cool with that. So also what you can see here is I'm now breaking down those front 2 sections. With her, I'm going to break down the 2 sections. I'm going on the corners of the forehead. So basically, if pretend her head was a box and the 2 top corners of the box, I created a section line there. And you can see right here, I'm going to start weaving here in the back, but I do want to say really quick, on the top there you can see that one single section I've got of a traditional mohawk. Later on I am going to break that down into 2. That's a really large section for me to try to take. Again, we're talking about over direction, warm spots on the side, stuff like that. So here we go. So I am going to do exactly what I said in the back by the pony here. I'm just going to take a couple of foils in the center and on the 2 sides of the back of the head or the neck. And again, that is just to make sure that when she pulls her hair up in a pony, up in a bun, anything like that, it's going to look really blended, really smooth, really blonde. And that's just something that I offer, you know, my clients in my services. So you can see here really fine. You can definitely see through that section. It's definitely more like baby lights or even strand lights, keeping things very, 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 very soft. Blech, I cannot talk today. I've been thinking about my videos a lot. I think my next few videos, I already have some content recorded, but I do think pretty soon I will get some videos made up where I'm actually talking to you guys in the salon. I know that these voiceovers can get a little bit repetitive or kind of dull. I know that live interaction, you know, where you're seeing me there doing it right then is really nice. So I will get some of that. It's loud and the music and all of that is going on in the salon a lot. So I have a tough time with that, but I am going to work on that. So, but I hope you guys are enjoying these so far. All right, so I've got my two sections there. I'm just going to finish up my section on the other side. Again, super fine sections there. In my salon, my work and then a lot of my stylists' work who I have worked with, you know, I will say a lot of our highlights do verge more on being baby lights, and that's just, you know, personal preference, personal style. I just prefer the look of a finer highlight. Almost, it definitely gives a softer look. It gives more of a mix of two colors. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but the end result, when you've got those highlights and those lowlights mixing together, it gives a little bit more of a mix rather than a sort of chunky highlight lowlight look. And I really like that, in addition to the fact that it grows out so super fine. That's always, you know, going to be the number one thing. I really try to take care of my guests and make sure we do a lot of really low maintenance color, and I believe in that wholeheartedly. I don't think that the guests have to be in every 6 to 8 weeks. If they like that color and if that's best for the hair color they're going for, then so be it. But I just find that a lot of my guests are working women, moms, just people that just don't have a whole lot of time to be in every few weeks like that. So we work really hard to develop this kind of low maintenance style of color, and our guests just absolutely love it. And as long as we take the time and really make it a priority to stay soft the whole way through the project, it really, really can turn out beautiful. So I think here in a second, I'm going to speed things up with this video, try to make them not too long. So alright, so here we go. We can get moving now. So I will say on this top section, I do a couple of different things, and it can depend on all kinds of different things. My mood, the desired result, the desired level of, you know, intense blonde that they want to be. But sometimes I'll go straight up the way I'm doing right now, and then other times I will do this triangle at a side slant or a side diagonal. I do find that that can be it makes for a really soft lay of the hair and of the blonde. So, you know, I do both. This one in particular right here, I'm just going straight up. You'll also notice that the higher I get up on the head, sometimes I do break it into two and I'll brick lay back and forth. Everybody's head is different sized, and I just don't like to try to stretch myself too far, taking a really big across the entire head section. Again, I know I've said it a couple of times in this video, but I just find that those edges, unless you're really good at packing those corners down and getting the entire section in, I just find that you raise the chance of having those side sections coming out of the foil just a little bit. And then for me, that just turns into an open air kind of lift as opposed to a concentrated lift inside the foil. And that's how you end up getting those warm spots up at the top of the foil. So I break it up into those two sections. So here you can see I'm just going up the side at a slant or at a side diagonal. Again, I think that that just falls a little bit softer if you can turn your foils just a little bit. So I'm just slowly going to make my way up the side here, taking really nice small sections again, leaving pretty little amount of dropout. She did want to be pretty blonde today. She likes a very bright pale blonde. So minimal dropout here. Making my way up. And I'm going to turn her and do the exact same thing. This is nice because I think you can get a little bit of a better view on this side. You can really see how thin my sections are here. I can't stress that enough, that you want to keep those sections really fine, really thin. Some people might want to charge extra, being as this looks more like baby lights. That's just our style of the highlight that we do. Again, I know I just talked about that, so I'm not going to talk about it again. But, you know, if you find that it takes you too long or you think that it's too much work, I would say definitely charge accordingly. You can see here I'm not going too far down with my lightener. Always got to clean things up there. Her ends were already pretty blonde. So that's why I didn't take my lightener all the way down and cover the ends. That would have definitely resulted in some damage on her ends. So I'm just taking care of the part that had grown out, which as you can see is quite a bit. She's really great. She's a really nice light level, you know, what, 7, 8 naturally. So lifts really well, really great. Really fine weave there. I just decided to slow it down over here because it is a little bit of a better angle. And for anybody that might be starting out with highlights or not be the greatest at highlights or have questions about highlights, I find that sometimes if you find that you have a really good angle like this and you just slow it down, it can allow the watcher to really see exactly what you're doing. Sorry, I got distracted watching myself there. So for anybody that's maybe new or doesn't is learning the steps, you know, you want to take down your really fine section. You want to then go through, weave out whatever kind of weave you're doing. I like to really kind of lift that section up when you tuck that foil in, and what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to get really, really close, especially in the beginning when you're just learning. That can help. That can be a really nice trick. The higher up over direct, the more you over direct your section and lift it up, the better of a tuck you're going to get with your comb and your foil under that. And then when you bring your section back down, that allows you to get really, really tight, especially in these front pieces. So I took my section. I'm now going to go in with my fine weave. It doesn't look like I'm going to over direct too awful much on that, but I'm going to lift up and then down. And you can see there how close I was able to get my foil. You want to really saturate, saturate, saturate. You want to make sure that you're getting your lightener as close up to the foil as possible. I like to feather back up a bit and make sure that it's kept really, really soft up near the scalp, and then just use a feathering motion down towards the ends of the hair so that everything is kept really, really soft. Fold up twice, I do that little under tuck thing that you see. That's just for security, to make sure that I'm tucked in really nice and I don't have any lightener that's going to leak out and cause cheetah spots, bleach spots, leak spots, whatever we're calling them. Okay, so here you can see I'm on that mohawk section. And you can see there that I took it from the two corners of the forehead. It could also be taken, a lot of people have those two sort of receding areas right there that you can kind of see. See, I'm pointing there. And now I'm just going to go directly back. And I broke it into two because this is a really wide section. She, again, like I was saying, she wanted to be really blonde. So I broke it up because I wanted to take little fine sections. I didn't want to have to worry about any warmth. And, you know, I wanted to go really, really fine with the top. That's going to be that covering that falls over the rest of the hair. So here you can see I kind of sped it up and jumped forward a bit. Otherwise, these videos would be forever long, and I know you guys don't have all day to be watching. So I wanted to jump forward. But as you can see, those two sections on top, I just made my way back and forth. I find that if you go back and forth, you don't get in your own way. I know that's kind of weird to say, and unless you're in it, it's hard to understand, but you kind of will get in your own way. If you did all one side and then tried to do the other side, you've got this really narrow path that you would be working with, trying to fit these little puzzle pieces in. So I just take and I do bricklay all the way back. So here what you see is I'm going to do what's called a tip out. I know most people probably do know what a tip out is, but for any of my watchers that don't know what a tip out is, I wanted to talk about really quick. It's really basic, really simple. You can see I'm taking really natural, organic sections of where I see hair that I think that could just use a nice brightening. As I've said this whole video, she wanted to be really nice and bright, so I'm going to brighten up the top that's in the foils, but I also wanted to just pop open some of the ends of her hair and just brighten those up just a little bit. So I'm taking very organic sections, as you can see, pretty small sections. I'm back combing them just once or twice just to make sure that everything is kept really soft. And then I have my from our Power Painter, which I love. Those make the job so easy. And I'm just doing a really soft, like balayage, hand-painted hair painting onto the hair. Sorry, my brain is not with me during this voiceover. I apologize. A balayage technique is what I was trying to say. So you could almost see right there on that piece, there was definitely some warmth in that. And that's what I'm going in there, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that warmth that has come through during her grow out time when she, you know, in between her appointments, and that warmth will come into the hair. And so you can take this tip out just ever so gently, one, maybe two back combs up, and you can take this, and this is a really nice light. I think I made a 10 volume, might have been a 15 for this. This isn't going to sit on long at all, and I'm not looking to do anything crazy down here. As you can see, it's already pretty blonde. I'm really just looking to bump open or bump out that warmth that is formed in there in between her appointments. And I'm looking to pop open that cuticle just a little bit so that when I go to do the toner, it's going to take the toner really, really nicely. So here you can just see that was just an overlook of all the tip out that I did. And I waited. Everybody's going to take a different time to lift. So that was me removing my foils. Here I am going to be doing a root shadow. I have Goldwell Colorants 9NA and 8N.
And as per my usual, like I always say, I actually prefer this Cover Plus lotion by Colorons for my root shadows. I just feel like I get a little bit of extra coverage out of that and a little bit of longevity with their colors. So yeah, so that's my formula for her root shadow.
All right, so I've got everything combed out. You can see here lots of highlights, and I'm just gonna go in and I'm just doing a really nice little root tap. So for my watchers who know about hair color, then you know that a 9NA 8N is not gonna give you a crazy dark root. For my guests who don't, and that was my root or my toner there. I'm a little behind, I can see. Basically what I was going to say is we weren't doing a super dark root shadow on that. Same with my toner. I don't remember my formula right there. I will look and I will add it onto the screen when I finalize this video, but I was toning her with levels in the level 9s and clear. You can see here that leaves it really nice and bright, really nice and blonde. You can see there what I was kind of saying about the root shadow. I didn't want super dark. I didn't want anything crazy in terms of her root. I just wanted to soften that grow out line so that, again, in between the time when I see her, it grows out really, really soft every time. That is my style. That is the kind of hair that I like to do. So here we're just going to smooth her out, and there you go. You can see really super soft, really nice and bright, and really a nice mix. And here we've got our beautiful beachy curls, waves. I've done plenty of videos with that where you see me curling it, so I figured we didn't need to see that this time. And there you go. Really beautiful, really bright, really soft, low maintenance, blonde. If you guys ever have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments down below. I will get back to you when I can. Like I said, I will be putting up some new videos soon where I will actually be on camera at the salon. But for now, I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I will see you again soon. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.